Coming at you live here at the Army of Youth where you've got options. We have Tina here, and she's gonna. Oh man, what happened?
What did happen? This is a satanic attack.
Working offline.
What's going on here?
So should I try this one?
The steaks are good.
They're wonderful. Those are a blessing.
Okay, you're back.
Yes, I am. I just connected to the 5G one. The host muted everyone, so I need to be muted?
It doesn't matter. I'm not picking up your sound on Unix. Or, well, from Zoom.
But they can still hear me like when I talk?
Yeah, because we're speaking into that mic right there.
Oh, okay. Alright, sounds great. Okay, so let me share my screen every time. Like that.
Okay, now what are we doing? No, wait. Let's start with why. Why are we doing this?
So we are doing this. Why are we doing this?
You said it at the beginning.
Yeah, we're
the reason why we are doing this is to show you exactly how to do the speaker notes so that the speaker notes can be easily readable by the presenter, and because the presenter cannot see, like, one thing that really to keep in mind is that the presenter screen is different than what we see, like when someone is presenting. We see the slide, but the presenter only sees the slide in like a little tiny corner, and then like his screen is basically filled up with like the speaker notes. So we need to make sure that the speaker notes are crystal clear, and that we have the main points on the speaker notes. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using the Livecast for this month. I'm going to be going through the speaker notes. I mean, we've already done some of it, but I'm just going to be going through them and making corrections to the speaker notes wherever there needs to be corrections. Alright, so what I just did here, just before the video, is I put the title in here, and on this, usually on the first slide, I put the title, and then one thing is like, for the Livecast, we always have something that's called like I think it's called the inner circle, right? Circle.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm not exactly sure what the inner circle will be, but I'm just going to leave that here so that we know. And then like...
That'd be good to put on the template.
On the template?
Yeah, for the slides template for Livecast.
Oh,
if we were using it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, so, and also the purpose of this Livecast. So the purpose of this Livecast is to overcome every objection in sharing, in sharing your testimony. And one thing to remember when doing the speaker notes is always keep everything as brief as you can, so that like the speaker doesn't have to like read a whole sentence, but he can just like glance at it, and then they can get it. The purpose. What I could do this, and then oops, let me see. Delete this, press enter, the purpose. Okay. The Livecast. Okay, there you go. And then you can just put down the purpose. So to overcome every objection in sharing your testimony, and in sharing your testimony. And also another purpose of this Livecast is to, what do you say? What's the objection of this Livecast, or the purpose of this Livecast? No. To to overcome every objection to sharing your testimony.
I thought you were gonna go through these speaker notes of the slides that were already created.
Okay, but like I was just going through this one.
You don't have to go in order. You can just go through a lot of the ones that are messed up. And you showed me the listicles. You took me to slide 37 and showed me that one.
Yeah. So I guess we can do that.
Can I just say something?
For
the inner circle part, there's some things, I think I put them there on the Livecast outline.
Oh, okay.
Awesome. Praise the Lord, brother. Thank you.
Later. But praise the Lord for that. I think
Thank you, brother.
And for these slides, let me see. I'm just gonna go through these and see. One thing that we always do is we do abbreviations instead of like writing down the whole like 1 Corinthians. We just do like the abbreviations. But what I really suggest you get is eSword. eSword is amazing, and you can just like copy and paste. Like it's something that you can get on your laptop, and it's free. So
Free.
yeah, and
For PC.
it's really, really, really nice. And that way the format is always the same. So I like to just like make sure the format is always the same. And also, let me see. Okay, I'm just gonna go through these. Alright, so it looks like this. There you go, 1 Corinthians. I be particularly with you. Make sure the whole verse is on there. Let me see. Oh, okay, so this one right here is actually the wrong verse. I shall see. It's Revelation 19, verse 10. So I'll just get eSword. Okay, Revelation 19 and verse number 10. Enter. Okay. So this is like a pretty lengthy verse, and I don't think we'll mention the whole verse. So we could start from here. We could either start from here, or we could start from Control C. I mean, most of the times we do use the full verse, but this time, so this was just a mental note of like where it was. So we're not going to use this one for like the verse. We need to have the verse on the full verse slide, and then let me do this. Control should be. There you go. Fellow servant, the entire Bible is repeating testimonies that establish our faith. There you go. That way, okay. And this one does not have the verse in here, so what I'll do, 1 John. And 1 John 1 verse 1, and then let's see this, Control C. Oops. That's what happens if you don't press Shift. There you go. Okay. In Revelation 12 verse 1, the secret of overcoming is by helping others overcome through their sharing your testimony. Okay, so for this one, I think that's actually, the slides are still in order, but that's not really the purpose of this presentation. But something is supposed to go there. What slide number are we on? Okay. Alright. This this one I just got from a different presentation. So I'm gonna leave that one like this. Okay. For these, like this is supposed to be a full verse slide. Do you want me to like make it a full verse or like an animation slide, or just like note that in? Because that's not the purpose of this video.
You just said.
Okay, I'm just gonna write a note because comment.
It's a good decision.
Full verse slide. Okay. There you go. Oh, not a full verse slide. That's not what I wanted to do. Edit. Animated full verse slide. Okay, so this is like when there's a question above it, we always have like the question first, and then like a space, and then the verse, because like the slide is like one click, and then only the picture comes up, and then after that the verse comes up. So that's the purpose of it. And yeah, this is just a question and some more speaker notes. So I think that's fine. And this needs to be an animated full verse slide too. Full verse slide too. Okay. This one is okay for right now. And so is this one. Alright. The actionable steps what I do with the actual steps is I just like put them down like on a list, and then after that, like if there's like a call to action, or I put the teaching point benefit for the next teaching point. That's supposed to be on here. Teaching point benefit. Oops, that's really fun. Okay.
Now, why is it that you put the teaching point benefit there?
This is so that like it's like an introduction to the other one.
It's the hook.
Yeah, it's the hook for the next one. So
And the hook story offer.
the slide is probably not going to be showing at this time, like the whole time when he's talking about the teaching point benefit and everything. But the speaker can still see the slide even though we're not on the slide, right? You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
for sure. Yeah, I'm just looking at the speaker notes all the time.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I
So
thought.
does the teaching point benefit go at the end of every actual step, or does it go before whatever the next?
Before the next teaching point. So for this first one, it should actually go like in this slide.
So like for the one that we're on, the second one, isn't that where we were?
Yeah.
So if there was like another slide in between, like if there was a slide in between for some reason, then we would put it. Where would we put the teaching point benefit?
Yeah, on here, on 22nd one. Or on the one right before the teaching point.
It's good to know. Very, very helpful.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes I like bold this just so he knows like that's the teaching point.
And Carmen did the teaching point benefit this week.
Yeah,
Praise
so
the Lord.
Yet. And what you do is just get them off of the outline. And then for this study to teach through testimony, what I'm going to do is pretty small, but Control C, Control V, yes, of course. There you go.
Wait, how did you do that?
Press Control Shift V.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's something that I still sometimes forget, and then that's what happens. Alright. There you go. And underneath here, you can also, like, if there's... How do I say this? If there's, like, you know, casting the vision for this teaching point, or, like, the reason why, you can also put that on here. But it's kind of in this slide, so, like... yeah, so I'll just, like, what I'm going to do for this one is in the direction from God program we teach. There you go. Intentional devotions, document your devotions, and share your devotions. That way they know it's like in order. How do the righteous study? This should be a full animated full verse slide.
How do the righteous study?
Yeah. Like every question, if there's a question before the verse, it always has to be an animated full verse slide. Alright. They're studying to give an answer. I don't like leaving things in like long sentences because it's harder to understand. What do you prefer? Do you prefer it like this, or do you prefer it like this?
I prefer to be able to, but you know what I prefer. We've talked about this. To be able to see it at a glance.
Yeah, so that's why I was like this.
No, not a whole bunch of spaces. I don't like having a bunch of spaces. And
Okay.
the reason why is because I don't have all that space to see it. Often I am only seeing a window. If I have to
Okay.
scroll, a lot of the scrolling I don't do or can't do.
Alright. So, yeah. So, leave it like that.
Good question.
More questions?
Good question.
Oh yeah, good question.
And honestly, some of this I'm still learning too, so.
It's good. Yeah, the bold and underlines helps my mind to find the answer.
Yeah, so that's why, like, now you know that it's a case study, so, and then when you see, like, the Floyd Mayberry, you kind of know what to think.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to do this same thing again. Teachable notes. There you go.
Teachable notes should be its own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, like that. Yeah, and if there's something that like really stands out, or like that's like the purpose of this slide, I always bold or underline it so that it's easier to see and easier to find. Yeah, that's like a very important thing. I'm just gonna do this again. Okay. This slide looks fine. Okay, comments hit this.
You're gonna get them.
Yes.
It's false beliefs.
Alright, as you're taking notes, you're documenting your testimony. Okay, so that looks nice. And then this one doesn't have any notes.
It's because they're on the other slide.
This?
Yeah.
So should I just
No,
put
maybe they don't.
usually
Oh.
like okay, there's no
You know what it is?
but
It's step number 3.
you got this one?
Yeah, step 3. But it wouldn't hurt to remind people what those notes are. If we have these 3 steps, that if we have a slide that has those 3 steps in it,
Yeah.
that's our framework, our 3-step framework.
Okay, so for this one, what should I do?
It's on slide 24. Oh, they just said it?
Hmm?
We can say it again.
Yeah. You mean like on this one?
No, I'm saying a slide. Just let them know like what step that we're on in our framework.
Oh, like that. So, okay. So like copy these notes. That's what you mean, Control C.
No, I mean just copy the slide 24. What I mean is copy the slide 24. We can put it. Do you see how this testimony right here? Click here, 28.
Mm-hmm.
See how this is. The case study is following the framework. We're showing how Carmen followed our framework, and he got the
So
result.
would you move this one, or would you just?
I would copy it.
Okay. Control C. And then like over here.
I would use this, yeah, kind of like a section header. So that's have intentional devotions, and
Document your devotions. So this one.
his hit list is having intentional devotions. This is 29 is documenting his devotions, and 30 is sharing his devotions.
28 is intentional.
The whole 3-step process.
Okay, Control B, and then.
And I'm wearing the same shirt.
Dun 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 dun.
Carmen, by any chance, do you have a screenshot of your hit list?
No. No, I don't.
Do you think you could take one?
Or maybe we could use a generic
Or like,
photo of the sloppy list.
see this.
We have one of anxiety that we can put
Okay, we
there.
don't like keeping everything bold because then everything.
I can make a screenshot.
If everything
make a screenshot,
is
that'd be
bold,
great,
then
brother.
it still doesn't really.
Maybe actually
take.
it's super helpful.
And then I'll just do this share your testimony because that's like okay. So this is kind of like what we do. If there's a framework, anywhere, or like it has a specific order, and like the speaker notes they're kind of like set for like all 3 slides, or how many slides, whatever. So this one's like intentional devotions, and this one's like document your devotions. Have intentional, but this one just has a little bit more stuff to it. And then this one's share your devotions. And the another framework that we have is like right here. Okay, so what are different places people can publish their testimony? That's like the question on here. And then for this next one, so what I'm going to do is I am going to copy Control C.
Wait, why are you doing that?
I'm going to paste it over here.
Oh.
Control A, Control Shift V. Okay. And this is not supposed to be like that. There you go. And then this one is like at church during interaction time. So you're gonna bold that one. And this one is voice message. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna. Oh, it looks like this kind of messed up when I did that. So these aren't supposed to be. Like that. Okay.
Howdy, howdy. Nobody showed up, huh? I guess it's you and me. Yeah.
God is looking for publishers.
Who's this?
Okay, so now I'm gonna copy this. Let's see if this works this time. Control C. And I'm just gonna delete it. Control V. Yeah, that works better.
Oh, I see what you're doing.
And then I'm gonna unbold this one, and this
Bold
one's
it.
voice message.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I do like with, so then I guess it's still on my clipboard, so I'll just delete this. Control V, and then bold this one, but like take this one away. So that's what we do with any framework. And this one is the podcast one. This one I already did. And that one, like I mentioned in the note, like over here, social stories.
20-second testimonies.
Yeah, 20 seconds. Okay, so this was the eating table, so let me just
Wow, I should share a testimony at lunch.
Yeah, you should.
That's what Mom's doing.
You hear her talking? Control B. Okay. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. There you go. Your Instagram post. Okay, the reason why I'm deleting this instead of pressing control, like deleting the number list, is because if I don't delete the number list, like everything's going to be in the number list, so that's why. And I'm just pressing control V instead of control shift V. And this is the Instagram post. Control V.
Needs to win.
There you go. Facebook post. So, and just make sure these are in order. Yeah. Anyways. Okay. And this is a small, this is number 8, so Control V. I guess these two are basically the same. There's 9. And then this one is, there we go. Alright, so that looks good. And this one actually can be deleted because we already have it. Backspace. Okay, should we end this video and then we can continue later?
Yeah, we could probably do a part 2.
Alright.
Alrighty.
Well then, we're gonna have a part 2 yet.
What's your offer? You call to action your appeal. Your word of encouragement or affirmation.
My word of encouragement is I'm sorry, I'm lost for words right now.
What, are you grateful for them helping?
Yes, I am really grateful for everyone who is helping out with the Army of Youth. It is a blessing and a privilege to be able to work together in ministry and to serve the Lord in this way.
And what's the vision of the Army of Youth?
And the vision of the Army of Youth is to help every young person identify their talents and to dedicate them to the Lord's service.
And by you helping with formatting these Livecast slides, you're doing that very thing.
Dun 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 dun!
Praise the Lord.
Alright.
Oh, I don't have it. Okay, that's fine.
You good?
Yeah. So we're ready to start?
Yep.
Oh, okay.